Hi there. Good morning. It's Sarah Fenlon Falk, and I am a writer and self-publisher, indie author, and I have written the book Finding Myself Facing Cancer, which is a memoir about my two cancer experiences. I will be publishing Keeping It Together, a patient's companion through decision making for newly diagnosed individuals, and that will be coming out later this month. And coming in the fall is my first middle grade fiction novel. It is a fantasy novel, and that will be coming out October 7th, so look for that. But I wanted to share with you today some of the best writing advice, and this is kind of what got me started really writing. I've been writing all of my life, as many of us have been, and just perhaps not taking ourselves seriously. And so one of the best pieces of advice that I received on YouTube was actually from Jenna Moreci, and that's Moreci. If you have not heard of her, you should go directly to her channel and sign in, subscribe, and you could learn a lot from Jenna, who is also an indie author. She gave a piece of advice, and I've since heard it from other people, but I heard it from her first. So she talked about the writing process, and the first thing she said was to do a brain dump, or just an idea dump, to get it all on paper. And it's so strange. Like, I'm always creating stories in my mind, so my brain is always busy. But I had never thought, for some reason, to just write down all the ideas. And when I did, it was like I couldn't stop. And so if you're like, yeah, I have all these ideas, but I just don't know how to develop them, or I just don't know what I don't know what project to focus on or what I should do, I highly encourage you to just sit down with all your ideas and just get them all on the page. And once you do that, I think that, for me anyway, things began to take shape. I was able to kind of sort stories and even plot out. I have so many book series plotted and in different genres. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even realize I had all of these books in me. I just thought I had some like ideas and stories, but if you can take a couple hours for yourself one day and just literally sit down and just dump out all your ideas, you will be surprised how quickly things can formulate and grow from that. So that's the best piece of advice that I've heard on YouTube for beginning writers, for just getting yourself going. Now, the best piece of advice that I've given to myself and to other people, because I published my book this February. I had been writing it since February 2015 and was finally able to publish it this year. But it's actually my cancer experience, so it's all of the writing took place during my cancer treatment, the diagnosis, the treatment, and everything. And so I just write about the emotional, physical, relational, spiritual aspects of going through, whoops, sorry, my phone fell, going through cancer treatment. So, anywho, now that project is completed, and my second project for patients and the people in the medical community or the medical world, now that project is essentially finished. I'm just waiting for the cover design, and it'll be published. So now that those projects are done, I'm really focusing more on the fiction work. And so I have completed the first book. It's with beta readers and editing, and so it's in its process. I've got cover design and interior design all set up, ready to go. But I kind of found myself feeling a little bogged down, like, okay, what's next? What do I want to focus on? Because I do, like I said, I have all these ideas. I have a cozy mystery series plotted out like 5 books. I have these middle grade fantasy novels plotted out 9 books. So it's like, what? Where do I start? And my characters will take turns playing around in my head. I even have nonfiction work still dancing around in there, and a devotional that I'd like to put out one day. And so it's like, what first? And so perhaps you're in that phase and you haven't done the mind dump yet. You haven't done the brain dump and gone and really kind of sorted through some of your things. But once you do, you might look at that and say, wow, so where do I start? And so for me, the advice I gave myself was, remember why you're writing. And I think that if we can remember the why in our writing, why are we writing? What's your motivation? What's your purpose? What's your plan? What's your mission? If you can remember that, that can get you through writer's block. That can get you started. It can jumpstart a project. That can just kind of give you some fuel to get through what you need to get through. And so for me, my why is for my kids, because my boys are young. They like to read right now. They're just learning to read. And so I wanted to give them something that would help them, like, spark their interest and get them to continue reading, kind of keep them reading. And so they are the inspiration for my book, them and my nieces. So my nieces and nephews will be finding themselves in the books, and their grandmothers will be finding themselves in the books, and grandfathers. So it's really fun to kind of have these characters in mind, and to understand that this is why I'm writing. And so this project will keep a majority of my focus. That doesn't mean I can't work on other things along the way, because if I get an idea for my cozy mystery series, then I'm going to write it down. I'm not just going to let it go. I'll make my notes. I'll take the 20 minutes to, kind of flesh out some plot points. So you can work on other projects along the way, but what's going to get the majority of your time and attention and energy? Just go back to the why. Why are you writing? And that should really help you to stay focused. So I hope that you found those things helpful. For more information on my writing journey, and maybe to read a little bit about the cancer journey, if that's something that you're experiencing, you can go to my website, sarahfenlonfalk.com. You can find the book Finding Myself Facing Cancer on Amazon.com, as well as Keeping It Together, A Patient's Companion Through Decision Making, which will be out, if everything goes according to plan, May 15th. And so you could be looking on Amazon for some giveaways of those 2 books as well. June is a big month for me. It is my 26-year cancer-free anniversary from bone cancer, and then my 2-year anniversary, breast cancer-free anniversary. So it's a big month. I'll be doing a lot of celebrating. My 12-year wedding anniversary is in June, so it is a big month. Anyway. A week, and I will see you back here another time. Bye.